Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Lavina May here, coach with the Boston Como, with our Week 1 fight for the UBC. In this week, we take on the Grim in the Munster Maractus. Very scary team. He's a very scary team, honestly. So yeah, I'll just get right into my team builder. So we're gonna go right here. This is the team that we brought against him. First of all, sorry, it's gonna be a post-com. I just can't record live and do well, so we're post-comming it. So, first, we have Snorlax. Literally like the most basic cursed rest talk body slam Snorlax that you see all the time. And the EVs, I personally like to get his defense up to 200, so that at +1 it's at 300 because I like that number. And the rest in special defense after getting max HP. So that's the reason why we did these EVs, and I'm really bringing Snorlax because if you look at his team, he has Tapu Koko, Volcarona, Venusaur most likely, Alomomola, Mega Charizard, Empoleon, and Comfey and Xatu, which are all special attackers. And this thing is so specially bulky, and at +1, he also does not have stab fighting. So at +1, we can really take almost any hit, even a superpower from Scizor. So that's why I'm bringing him. He just really puts in work against this team. And you might ask why I'm bringing Body Slam and not something that can hit the Mimikyu. It's just because Body Slam really hits would have went Earthquake, but then I can't touch his Mega Zard, which is very important. Or the Xatu really, which isn't as important, but still important. So that's why I went with Body Slam, because then I can really touch everything except for the Mimikyu, which I had other stuff for. So yeah, next we got Scolipede. Obviously we're bringing Baton Pass Scolipede because we can. And we got Protect, Baton Pass, Earthquake, Rock Slide with Black Sludge. So this is just your simple Protect, Baton Pass Scolipede set. And the reason why I brought these two moves, I needed to bring Rock Slide because I couldn't have Volcarona setting up on me. I needed to be able to one-shot it. Also because we can get to +1, and if we get to +1, when he's at +1, we do outspeed, I'm pretty sure, with my EVs. So yeah, and then obviously Earthquake, also Rock Slide also hits the Mega Charizard. And then Earthquake will take out that Tapu Koko. It can touch Venusaur, kinda. Scizor can touch. Super effective on Empoleon, so that's really why we brought that set. Next, we got our Mega Tyranitar, which I am super excited to use because Mega Tyranitar stats are crazy. And we went with Stone Edge, Dragon Dance, Earthquake, and Fire Punch. This was just the best set I could think of to hit everything, and hit everything well. And you might be wondering why I have Baton Pass and Dragon Dance. The reason why is because Dragon Dance is, you have Dragon Dance and I think like Curse to get plus attack. So I wanted to go with Dragon Dance for this match because I thought that would be better, because even if Scolipede dies, we can still get our speed up, and also so we can boost our attack if we get a good switch in. Next we got Embar with Choice Band, because if you look at his team, once Alomomola dies, Flare Blitz takes lives. Because Alomomola is his only switch in, and even that gets hit relatively hard by Choice Band, Flare Blitz, Reckless, Max Attack, Max HP, Adamant. This is like the most offensive set that I could bring, and I thought that it would work out pretty well against this team, just because, like I said, after Alomomola dies, you can just click Flare Blitz and kill something. Like even the Mega Charizard, which it resists it, you click Flare Blitz in the sun, that thing's gonna die. So yeah, that's why we're bringing that. Next we got Latios, which is our defensive wall. As you can see, you have Snorlax for special defense and Latios for defense, along with Celesteela, but we'll get to that in a minute. So Latios has Defog, Recover, Calm Mind, Psychic. So this is similar to a set that I've brought in with a Mega Latios, except with Mega Latios usually I don't put Defog and I put a second attacking move. But so this doesn't work as well with Latios as it does with Mega Latios because of the fact that Mega Latios has higher defense than Latios does. Like, Latias only has base 90 defense and base 80 HP, so that's not that defensively bulky. But with the right move set and against the right team, it can really do some good stuff. And like you guys saw, his counters for this are very slim. He's got that Scizor, which obviously is a counter. Absol, if he decides to bring an Absol and Mimikyu. And Psychic really hits a lot of them. Even Scizor, if I get to like +2, it could hit pretty well, just because Scizor isn't as specially defensive as it is physically. Then last but not least, you have Celesteela, which is another physical wall. And I needed to bring Celesteela because if not, his Scizor really put in a lot of work against our team. And this is really an offensive Celesteela, even though it's max defense. Because it's got Fire Blast, Air Slash, Energy Ball, and Leech Seed, which was the best coverage moves for his team. It just hit the most stuff the hardest, if that makes sense, like the most stuff that was threatening, so that's why we brought that. Now that you guys saw the team, let's head over to this replay so you guys can see what happened. So, we started off, I was looking at his team, and I really could not figure out what he was going to lead with, but I thought the most likely lead was going to be that Empoleon. So, in that case, I decided to lead with my Scolipede, I believe. Yep, Scolipede, because I knew I had Earthquake, and I also knew that if he led with Empoleon, his Empoleon can't really touch my Scolipede, to be completely honest. Like, yes, Scald can do decent damage, but Empoleon's not very offensive. So I thought this would be good to start setting up. And then I went Earthquake on the first play because of the fact that I figured that he would go for Stealth Rock, which he did. And he did have the Shuka Berry, which was good, so it was very good that I went for that, even though I don't know what that was supposed to defend against. Do I have Dugtrio on this team? Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, it was probably defending against Dugtrio. But yeah. So we broke that Berry and got our +1 speed. And then here I decided to Earthquake again because I figured it would get him down relatively low. And he just roars us out, which when I saw that I was like, crap, this thing is made to counter our Scolipede. So luckily it switches into the Celesteela, which was good. And I went for Leech Seed because I didn't want to start making crazy predictions this early in the game. And he went for Sleep Powder, which kind of scared me a little bit because this thing, I don't really have much to switch into this. So I went right into Latias, and he went HP Fire, which we resisted. And this was my only other counter, even though it was actually not especially defensive. It did have Calm Mind though, so not a big deal. And we went for Defog because we figured that would be important to keep our Scolipede alive. Now, we're just going to switch out into our Celesteela because that's our wall for Scizor. And I don't know what he thought I would do, but he went hard switch into Alomomola, which was fine because Alomomola is not touching Celesteela. And I knew that this was going to happen. He switched right into his Empoleon, which got that Wish recovery, and got back up to decent health, which was fine with me though, because I just needed Celesteela alive. I didn't really care how low Empoleon was at that point, even though I knew I would have to kill it at some point. So then I just go Leech Seed because I figured why not, and yeah, that's what we did. And then we went Fire Blast because I thought that would do the most to anything. I don't know what he was predicting me to do, but we made a good play there, I think, and we just went Air Slash again, did 56%. I wish it did 2% more, because that would have been nice, because I was risking that Sleep Powder hitting, but 75% hit, I think, is what it is not a very high hit percentage, so he missed twice in a row after hitting the first one, and we just killed him and got our Celesteela boosted. When he went to Volcarona, I knew I had to switch immediately into our special wall, which is our Snorlax. I knew that he wasn't touching Snorlax. And right here, I just went for Body Slam. I was very happy that he didn't know my set, because if I went Curse, he would have known exactly what I was and probably switched into the Mimikyu. But he didn't, so I just kept Body Slamming here, because why not, honestly? He's not doing much against us, so I Body Slam 2 in a row. And he just keeps going Scald, which is doing 0 to us. And we're just going to keep Body Slamming, because I know he has no recovery. And we have to Paralyze, which was great. And then here, I predicted, or not really predicted, but like just made the common play of just switching into Latias after getting the para. And he did 12%. We got our recovery back, and I was able to get away his rocks again, which is super nice. And he predicted that though, so he went for default for Stealth Rock. And this was really a stalemate right here, if he had stayed in, because I was just going to keep defogging until I cleared it. And he went right into Scizor, which allowed me to go right into Celesteela, which is a great scissor wall if you ever need one. And he switched out into a Alomomola again. I really don't know why he keeps hard switching into Aloe. Maybe he's predicting me going into Embar, which is probably my guess, which I was not going to do at that point because I have Celesteela who can really do a lot of stuff. And because it's offensive, I hit it with the energy ball, and after seeing how little it did, I knew he must have been some type of specially defensive set. And I just went for another energy ball because I couldn't risk it. I really needed to go for energy ball there, didn't have much of a choice. I went hard switch into Scolipede because I knew he was going to go for Stealth Rocks again, and I went EQ. I know he really wants to get those rocks up, and he just roars me out, which is fine because his Empoleon's going to die soon. And right here, do I make a prediction? No, I just go Leech Seed. I thought maybe I made a prediction there, but I didn't. He got the crit and the burn, which was kind of annoying because that meant that a recovery from the leftovers wasn't going to do much, but it was not the end of the world. And I just went Fire Blast, did 22.5%, and he did a lot of damage with that Skull, but I'm also not specially defensive, so that makes sense. And I just killed him, which was very important for me. Yeah, he got Torrent, which is why he did so much. As you guys saw, he did 36.5% on a crit before. So yeah, that was kind of interesting to see Torrent actually working, and I realized that I kind of needed to attack him there. And this started scaring me because I wasn't really sure what my switch in would be for this, and I sacked way too much stuff here. I knew that I was defensive Latias, so I knew I was going to be able to live a Shadow Sneak, so that's why I attacked. But I was not living 2. I also saw at this point that Latias wasn't doing too much because I had counters for everything else that he had left. Only thing that would have been nice for was the Alomomola, but yeah, whatever. Then I just go, I don't know why I went to Celesteela. That was just not smart. And so I just go Protect. He goes Shadow Sneak, obviously, because he knows I'm going to outspeed him, and he's scared of like a Poison Jab or something, even though I don't think that's super effective. But then he switched here, which I was super happy about. And I don't know why he did it, but he did. And I went into Embar, which was super good at this point because of the fact that I just got my speed boost and I have Choice Band. So I was outspeeding 2 out of his 4 Pokemon left, and I also knew that Flare Blitz was going to do a lot. You guys saw 42.9% to an Aloe. So it was annoying because he got me super low because of the Rocky Helmet, but you'll see what happens here. And this is why Embar is good. Max HP only took 17% from that Shadow Sneak. Which I don't know why he Shadow Sneak, because he might have thought that I was... Actually, he probably thought I was speed invested, which was very, very fair to think of it on his part, but I was not. And so he was Bullet Punch here. And I was kind of dumb. I just decided I would need to get Scizor down, because if not, I was going to be in trouble. So I went EQ. And right here, I click Protect to try to get some health back to maybe live another Bullet Punch, but I would not get enough, as you'll see in a second, as his Bullet Punch will kill me right here, which was kind of annoying, but not the end of the world. I tried to get a double Protect off because at 38% I actually had a chance to live, but I couldn't. And so yeah, he went Bullet Punch again, killed me. And I went right into Tyranitar here because Mega Tyranitar is super bulky, and I was scared that he would set up Swords Dances if I were to go into Snorlax. You guys saw that 28.8% from a Bullet Punch. That is some crazy bulk. And then he went Z-Power right here. Savage Spin. I think that if he didn't go Z-Power and he just went Bug Buzz, then I actually would have lived that because of the special defense boost from the Sandstorm. But I didn't. But at this point I knew I pretty much won if I went into Snorlax because he was not touching my Snorlax. And I was doing decent damage, and the Paralyzed didn't matter, but still probably annoying for him, because I knew he was not doing 70% right here, even if he hit me. And that is how we won our Week 1 fight for the UBC, guys. We're on our way to claiming this championship again. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Peace out, YouTube.